Olivia stood beside two fresh graves of her parents. The sound of tiny birds filled the quiet village in Ogun State as the sun slowly rose. Olivia sat outside her small mud house, watching the sky change from dark blue to gold. She loved mornings. They made her feel safe. They reminded her of her mother's soft voice and her father's warm laughter. But that morning felt different. Too quiet. Too cold. Too empty. That was the day everything changed. At just 14 years old, Olivia stood beside two fresh graves, the graves of her parents. Her clothes were wet with tears, and her heart felt like it was breaking again and again. The only thing she owned was a small bag of clothes and the last memory of their gentle smiles. A few days later, she was taken to Lagos by a distant relative. Her name was Mrs. Austen, a woman whose lips were always tight and whose eyes carried no kindness. The moment they reached her house in Lekki, Olivia felt a sharp fear inside her. The house was big, beautiful, but cold. Mrs. Austen looked at her from head to toe like she was checking a piece of furniture. "So this is the girl," she said quietly. Her voice carried no love. No welcome. Just irritation. From that day, Olivia became the housemaid. Every morning before sunrise, she washed piles of clothes. She cleaned floors until her knees hurt. She cooked all the meals. She bathed the children. She carried heavy buckets of water. And still, she got shouted at for things she didn't even do. Her hands became rough like sandpaper. Her back hurt every night. Her clothes looked old and tired, just like her heart. But Olivia had one thing Mrs. Austen could not touch: cooking. Late at night, when the house was quiet and everyone was asleep, she snuck into the kitchen. She mixed spices, tasted little sauces, and practiced the recipes she saw earlier on TV when she served food. She kept an old notebook where she wrote everything down: measurements, ideas, dreams. Cooking was her escape. Her hiding place. Her hope. Until the day Mrs. Austen found her. Olivia was sitting on the floor with an old recipe magazine, her eyes shining with excitement. Suddenly, slap, the magazine flew from her hand. Mrs. Austen stood over her with a cold, angry face. "You. A chef," she hissed. "You can't be anything more than a house girl. Know your level." The word stabbed Olivia's heart, but she didn't stop dreaming. She cooked at night. She practiced quietly. She kept trying. She didn't know her life was about to change forever. Years later, Olivia was already 24 years old. One afternoon, Mrs. Austen received an important visitor, a Lagos food critic known across the country. His reviews were powerful. His taste was sharp. His words could destroy a restaurant or raise it to fame. Mrs. Austen wanted to impress him. She turned to Olivia with a hard face. "If you spoil this food, I will send you back to the village."